There you go.
So Krazybonez, right?
Yes, Krazybonez is my name.
And I need to find out more about Krazybonez. Why Krazybone? I was thinking about it today and I said, Krazybone. Where did that name derive from? So I said, you know what? I'm gonna let you explain it to us. Because sometimes people give a name, with some reasoning behind it. So let me hear what yours is all about. Krazybonez.
Okay, all right. Hi, everyone. My name is Krazybonez. I'm from the parish of St. Elizabeth, Jamaica. Um, that's where my mom and my dad came together to create Garfield Gregory Scarlett first. So that's my real name. My name is Garfield Gregory. I don't know why they put Gregory in the middle name. Probably were listening to some Gregory Isaacs. I don't know.
It's
But
possible.
yeah, but I mean, my mom had a shop and bar, so my
Mm.
mom would keep parties as a little kid. You know what I mean? And as a little kid, I'm always around music. My dad would has his little seal. You remember those silver tape,
Yes.
farm worker tape, the way you put the cassette in it, and you
Oh,
know,
yes, the cassette
yeah.
player. Uh-huh.
I used to be on it, and then my granddad had this turntable that with this. It's called a xylophone, or what is it
Right.
called? That thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So our family is the Scarlets down there, and my mom is Shields. So my father bloodline they used to raise cattle, and so there's a long story about the history about us. But then my mom had a shop and bar, and then when I came along, I'm the first child for my mom. I'm always over the place. And all over the place. I'm always a wild one, giving pure trouble, climbing tree, going a river, build skater, everything where forget myself in a trouble. And then one day my mom was keeping this thing called street dance. So street dance is like she has a shop and bar, so she decided to start keeping parties and stuff like that. Street dance. So I used to stand there as a little kid, and I used to see these sound system used to come there from all over the island. Lecture force, all of these different sound system, community sound system would come. And as a little kid, in a place called Chauvet Hills down there in St. Elizabeth, my mom, that's where I remember where my mom had a shop and bar. So my mom was keeping this party, and the sound system would come and string up the sound. I want little boy, then I might tear up body shots, my slippers and my little marine and thing, bad pit me. And
Mm.
I would always stand and look at the equipments when they come and how they would pack the sound system and they spread out the box them out there and thing. And you know, I would listen when they string up the sound system. I would stand there really fascinated with the lights on it. The lights are moving, the equalizer moving. I'm standing and looking, and they would like, get away from there. And I'm like, fascinated as a child to see that. And, you know, we're there watching. Then one day they were testing the microphone. When what they call it, the engineer would come and he was testing the microphone, right? So,
Mhm.
I heard him test it and they pressed the lick shot and it run from one column to the other. And, something was wrong at the back, one of the speaker boxes. I think something never plugged in, and the guy put down the microphone, right? So as a little kid, that's so fascinated seeing this thing. I run and grab up the microphone and say, yo. and, and the engineer would say, put on the mic, boy. And but the owner was there, and the owner was like, how old are you? And I was like 6, 7, 8, somewhere around there. And that's the first time I hear the raspiness of my voice as a kid with a small age when it has that sound, to hear it excel in the community, expanding the community in the speakers. I was really fascinated about it. And over the years, we watch the sound system coming around. And me and my little brother, man, I used to call him Killer Kid. So, I'm born in the year 77. So, those years, do the maths on it, right? So I've been watching these sound system. And me and my brother start take with the little record them, because we are going to play it for grandfather thing. So
Yes.
we are take with them stealing. Stealing is not good, kids. Don't do it. But that's how we came about, and then one of the year, my mom was keeping a party, and that about 9, 10, 11, somewhere up in there, one of the MCs didn't reach. So at that time, me and my brother had gathered our own little thing, sell buckle, buy the records, them, and, we tell the man, them say, yo, we are selected to one of my mother dance. So the guy never came to MC, so I got the opportunity at that time. I tell you, yo, so when they put me up on that bandstand, They say me turn the whole community upside down, man. It's a history from where I came, and that's where the people them say, "Yo, him crazy." The way I was, the things I was saying, "Yo, broke out, girl, go on, girl, tick tock, girl, hey, go on, make As a little kid, people was fascinated to see a little kid that knows in the community as a little troublemaker and thing, like find the courage to do that in front of it. They lift me up, touch, burning tree, all kind of things was going on. So that's where my name, them say me crazy. And then through my maga, I'm a skinny little kid. So them say, oh, you're maga like Bones. And your name Crazy Bones. So that's where the name started. So and I formed my own little crew
Okay.
in that days.
It
Years
follows,
ago, man. Way, way back before YouTube, Facebook, before nothing to do with the world.
so
Down
it
there.
follow you till this day, the name.
Yeah, because like I don't know. It's just something that when you have a destiny that
Right.
you don't know what Jah, people say God, some people say Jesus. I choose to say Jah because I
Mm-hmm.
find comfort in that name to say that Jah. You know what I mean? Jah gave me that task, and I never really understand it. I not even used to love my voice how it sounds. That's why I become a MC on the sound system because my mom was like, "Oh, yeah, go sing one day," and I'm like, "With this ugly voice, yeah, no, sir." And
But
over the years it developed.
I think you have an amazing voice, really.
Humble thanks, humble
Yes.
thanks, humble thanks.
Just one of your song I've been listening, which we're gonna talk a little bit about, but I know just touching back a little bit with the Melissa, and
Oh
you
man,
said you're from St.
Sense.
Elizabeth.
I mean, it's crazy, man.
Yes. I mean, growing up there and to hear now what's happening, you must feel the pain.
Man, I've experienced Gilbert and I've experienced Ivan and I've experienced about 3 hurricanes before, right?
Right.
So I'm from St. Elizabeth and I'm from Jamaica, right? So I've experienced hurricane, but to be out of Jamaica and see what this one do, man, I swear, so every day in my business, I would reason with my brethren. I said, this is not normal.
Mm-hmm.
This is not normal, man. This it is like it's like a nuclear went off down there in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, and St. James, man. That I only see these kind of things like when you look at like what's happening in Ukraine and you see what's happening in Africa and the
Mm-hmm.
Middle East and those places, how Israel and Jerusalem, how the bomb look. This is how it looks down there, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, really and truly, sometimes when I look at it and look at the sufferation of what the people is going through, I have so much emotion build up inside of me. I cry. I tears full
Mm-hmm.
my eyes because I'm a human being. I'm a humanitarian at first. I don't like to see my people suffer, man. I don't like to see people suffer or over.
Yes, and
Really hurting me, man.
even myself, I'm from the other side of Jamaica, the eastern side, and I'm feeling it. Even although we're okay where we're from, but just to watch all the footages here,
It's crazy.
TikTok,
It's crazy.
and seeing like even I think it's Manchester, places that never had water before.
Well, that place in Manchester that's been flooded. I think this is the third time it's happening.
I heard that.
Yeah, I think you see in St. Elizabeth we actually have a similar place down there called New Market,
Mhm.
right? So down there in New Market they have these two ponds down in New Market. They call them the two sister pond. We call it down there two sister pond. And whenever these two sister pond kiss, it would cover the whole town. It's
Oh.
what I take my eyes to experience and seeing. It covers. It's like a sea, just cover the whole town. Like you can't see any building or anything. It's
Mhm.
underwater, and then all of a sudden, a couple months, it just disappear, and the people just go back to living there and move about their life. So I think it's
Wow.
the same thing happening there in Manchester right now.
Yeah, yeah. Where I come from, there's a river called Dry River.
Oh,
And when it's like very hot throughout the year, it's dry.
wow.
It's like no water has never been there. It's just you can go there, walk, you see
Source.
the rocks
Yeah.
and all that stuff. When rain come down, mama, it's water is all the way up to here. That's why we know that there's something above this supreme power because it has to be something out of this world or someone controlling that. And I
Yes.
grew up seeing that for myself. Like nobody's telling me this. So when I see this thing in Jamaica now with water just coming up out of nowhere, it's not a
Mhm.
surprise.
Man, like I look at Black River, I look at like Treasure Beach. These places is where I roam. As we Jamaicans would say, I used to work in Treasure Beach. I used to work in Alligator Pond. You know what I mean? I have families, I have friends over there in Treasure Beach, and I have peoples that I know in Paraty and Black River, Newtown, Brampton, White House. My brethren, one of my close friend has a restaurant that he left Miami and went down there in White House and down where Peter Tosh is from. So he went down there and created a business down there, and everything is gone, man. White House, Savlamar, like Hanover, man, like in the midst of where my brother was telling me about the hurricane down there, what he experienced. My grandfather house, our original house, is gone. There's nothing left. There's no more. We have like 47 acres. We're at the front, and there's no fruit tree. There's nothing. There's no breadfruit tree. There's no orange trees. He plant pineapple. All of it is gone. And
Wow.
he's telling me, bro. He told me. He's like, brother, I'm telling you, and I'm happy that you're overseas, bro, because what I've experienced. He told me that in the house, his eardrums felt like it was gonna explode. And he said in the wind he heard like voices. He took
Mm-mm.
off the things that he put over the window, took out the windows, and his cars were flipped over. One of his cars was in the gully. It's just madness, man. That's not. I don't think nothing like this ever happened.
Yeah, some things that you're hearing and some things that you're seeing, you have to think that's not realistic.
The Moravian church is gone up there. There's a
Yeah,
Moravian history church on the top of the hill down there. Like that church is over 100 years old. All right, so if it's over 100 years old, that means 81 storm it experienced it. Like Ivan Gilbert, and it has slight damages, but this one, even in the church, they have these organs, the ear organs, and it's
yeah.
pretty. When you go in there, you see these big pretty things. All of that disappeared. The pulpit,
Oh,
everything
no,
gone, Bridget.
this is not funny, but
Like I know, that's the only thing. That's what I'm feeling. I'm just saying, this is it's impossible the things that I'm seeing, but it's possible. Like,
yes, yes.
oh God, man,
You
and
know
this song,
what?
this song that I said,
We
yeah.
we now come to see, and I mean, I'm not in Jamaica, but just to thank God for social media,
Oh my
because
God.
everybody's just posting and sharing. And earlier I was watching a vlogger, and this girl came on, crying. And I think from all of this, mental illness is gonna kick
Oh
in.
my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, so she was on the live crying, and people are making fun of her, and people don't
People,
understand.
human beings have no heart, darling. And
Yeah,
this song that I made this song based off her. We know we're gonna talk about it
yeah,
further down, but I pray that the world would take a little bit of time and listen to this song that Jah has given me on my heart to give to the world. And I praise every day. I turn my eyes to God and I tell God, thank you for gracing me, using me as a vessel to deliver this message for the world. Because people need to listen to this song and reflect on their life and see what we're trying to say to human beings, that have a heart, man. Don't just think that you have a house and you have your money and you have whatever, man. Because by the slip of your finger like that, man, you're right at ground zero,
mm-hmm,
like anybody,
mm-hmm.
So
Yes,
everybody can equal in just
right.
4 or 5 hours,
There's
like
an
it's
artist
crazy.
here that I know, and I was talking to him one day, and he said to me, Janet, we're this much away from homelessness, many of us.
In Canada, it's
And
crazy.
yes, and I never forget it. And look what's happening in Jamaica right now. A lot of
Breaks my
people
heart.
are homeless. Um, the holiday, I don't think it will be the same this year because some people, and I understand that they can't even get to where some people are.
Yeah, inland, like there's these other, like everybody looks at Savlamar, everybody looks at St. James, everybody looks at like the Black River, because you know the the coastline. You know, the city is near the water. Anywhere the city is near the water, we're smart people, and we observe and we look at what Babylon does, and we look at what the earth does, and how nature reacts, and how we react with nature. And you know, I mean, the people closer to the water is devastated. But when you go out in the maroon territories, out in the hills of unknown villages that people don't talk about. Like even in Brampton or in Canada, we have areas that people don't really talk about, but it's there. And when you look and when you see these places and you see how these people being affected, man, like, you know, I turn my eyes to God and I ask God, what's the reason for this? I ask God, what's the reason? What have Jamaica done in our timeline? Has we stray from God? Has we become such self-sustained in whatever the world have to give us, that we forget that God have an intervention with human beings, and we must remember that out of our mouth, whatever we speak out of our mouth and whatever we praise out of our mouth, we have consequences for it one day, you know. And when I look and I see in my beautiful country where I'm coming from, the ancient days of Maroons, the spirituality of our people, the godliness of our people, the young ones have strayed from God. The old people nowadays, they're not bringing their grandkids to church anymore. And I used to go Sunday school. I have to go to Sunday school. If I go to Sunday school, I get my ass whooped. I had to bring the Bible. I had to go and sing. I had to go to church. You know what I mean? And prayer is a thing that we people now have lost faith in prayer. And most young youths, they believe in Mark X and Beamer and Ring, God rings, and voodoo and all of this kind of music. We're powerful people. We sing music to elevate nation of people. We are the ones that break the chains in the 17th and the 18th century. So I think that we have strayed from God, and people will say that, why God do this? But sometimes God have to remind us as human beings that, remember, we're just one of his creations, and we must humble ourselves in front of God and remember that he made us. He's the one that's responsible for this earth. He keeps us on a perfect access, that we can breathe the air, and we can enjoy what is created on the earth.